Hi, this is Matt Sorensen with Midland GIS. In this training demonstration, we'll be focusing on the layer list functionality within our Integrity WebGIS platform. Now, you can access the layer list a few different ways. Probably one of the simplest ways is just you're going to see on the navigation tab here, all the way over on the right, there's a button that says Layer List. I can simply just click on that, and it's going to open up the layer menu over on the left side of the screen. A couple different other ways to access the layer list is simply, if you can see right next to the I want to, where it says expand and collapse the data frame, if I simply just click on that greater than symbol, it's going to open up this window, and then I can click on open the layer list, and it'll access it that way as well. There's also a way to get to it under the I want to drop down menu, change visible map layers. Same exact thing as clicking on layer list here, or opening up, expanding this the data frame. So once you access the layer list, you're going to see all the layers that are accessible within the website. You will notice sometimes that there's going to be some group layers that have a plus sign next to them. That just means there's sub layers underneath that. And so if I click on the plus sign, this example, dimensions, if I check the box there, it's going to turn on the dimensions. But if you see that they're grayed out like this, that just means there's a scale dependency that's set for these layers. So you can see a lot of these layers, even though they're on, they have a check mark in the box, they're kind of grayed out a little bit. That just means you'd have to zoom in a little closer. So I'll just go ahead and do that here really quick. We'll get in just a little bit closer. So now the original lots, we can see those. Looks like if I go in a little bit closer, turn on that dimension layer. Now the dimensions, we can actually see those as well. So in some cases there are scale dependencies set for certain layers. Some layers are on automatically by default, some are turned off. But if I just scroll up here a little bit, let's say I just want to label the owner's last name in each one of the parcels, I can check that box, and it'll just take it a couple seconds, and then it'll actually reload and load the owner names within there as well. I can also, depending on what layers I have turned on, I can go up here to the panel action menu in the layers window, and I can actually go to show legend, and then it's going to give me a legend of what layers that are turned on. If I'm questioning what like this green boundary line is, well, it's the subdivision layer, or of course the parcel layer is yellow, and so forth and so on. And go back to the layer list here. And then in some cases you're going to see next to a layer, like road, for example, you're going to see a little bullet list next to that. If I click on that, it's going to basically give me a little legend within my layers window as well, so I can kind of see what's what for that particular layer. Another feature that's really handy is there's a transparency functionality that works really well for aerial photography. So let me turn off some of these layers here, turn off the dimensions and owner names. There we go. So if I zoom in just a little bit closer, so we can see the aerial photography a little bit better. If I scroll down here at the bottom, you're going to see in this case on this website we have 3 different years of imagery. The 2014 aerial photography is turned on by default, but if I want to check the 2009 imagery, so now I have 2 years of aerial photography on. Since this one is above this one in the layer list, we're seeing the 2009 aerial photography now within the viewer. But there's a little transparency bar, slider bar here, where I can click and hold down on it, and then slowly slide that back. And now we're seeing the 2014 imagery. And then I can go back and see the 2009 imagery. and basically just being able to compare 1 year of imagery against another one to see if I can see any changes of structures, buildings, sheds, or what have you from 1 year to another. So the layer list is pretty straightforward, pretty easy to navigate around in, and so that wraps up the layer list demonstration. Thank you.